Welcome to Entanglement and Zuggling 201. Today I'll be going over some intermediate level techniques for Fuse Entanglement and Zuggling. This video will be framed with the expectation that you've already seen part 1, so if you haven't watched that video, go do that first, then come back to this one. I'll have a link up top and down in the description. So with that said, take your seats and let's get right to it. This glitch is going to serve as the foundation for most of the glitches that follow. The process for this is going to be pretty straightforward. Mount Mineru, drop an equipped item, pull up Fuse. Now we're going to fuse the equipment to Mineru, but we want to interrupt the fusion by opening the Dpad menu. The timing for this will be pretty quick, but not immediate. If you see a glow on the ground where the item was, your timing was correct. Just close the Dpad menu and the item will entangle to Mineru. Because this requires the item to be equipped when it's dropped, this will only work on equipment. There is a way to get around this restriction with portable culling, but we'll be talking about that later. When you entangle a shield or melee weapon to Mineru, that equipment will get culled anytime Mineru recalls to Link as an orb. This is the same interaction as Yi FE from the previous video. If you try to fuse to that equipment as the orb reaches Link, it will result in a cold fuse. This is the same timing as Yi FE. If you're too early and the item fully fuses to the equipment, you'll need to break it off and refuse that equipment to Mineru. If you cold fuse a steering stick, you can easily SDC that stick by mounting it with the base equipped, then swapping off of it. When you close the menu, Link will just start clipping. If you mash B as you close the menu, you'll be able to dismount the stick before you start clipping while still actually SDCing the stick itself. If you fuse a cold fuse SDC'd stick to a piece of equipment, it becomes a portable culling equipment or Portacull equipment. If you drop this item, then equip something else of the same type, when you close the menu, Link will get culled very briefly. As I mentioned earlier, when performing Mineru FE, instead of just opening and closing the Dpad menu, if you perform a portable cull, this will allow you to get around the restriction of needing the object to be equipped when you drop it. Most notably, this will allow you to entangle Zonai devices to Mineru. Another little side note about portable culling with Mineru FE, if your Dpad menu is too early, you can perform a portable cull to interrupt the fusion and prevent that equipment from fully fusing to Mineru. This will basically give you a free do-over without consuming the equipment. This glitch allows us to Invizuggle without putting us into a Dpad lock, which means we no longer need a full inventory or an extra chest to perform a fail drop. First, you need to make a Portacull equipment. Make sure this isn't the same equipment type that you're trying to Zuggle. Now, make sure your target item and Portacull are both equipped, then we basically need to perform the same steps as map Zuggle. So hold down L, select the map, and when we release L, you need to mash the Dpad to open the menu for the equipment that you're trying to Zuggle. Drop your equipped item, then immediately mash the Dpad to bring this menu back up. Equip a different item, and again, you want to immediately mash the Dpad, but this time you want to mash it to bring up the menu for your Portacull equipment type. Now, just like before, drop your Portacull equipment, then immediately mash the Dpad to open this same menu back up. Now, equip a different item, and then let the Dpad menu fully close. This is going to cause your map to open up. Now press plus to bring up your inventory, then switch to the tab for whatever equipment type you're zuggling, and drop the equipped item. When you close the menu, you'll see that equipped item and your Portacull equipment both drop to the ground, and your target will be Invizuggled. This glitch is going to follow almost the exact same process as Invizuggle. However, unlike that, this is a proper visible Zuggle. First, you need to set up a Portacull equipment and Fuse Entangle the target to Mineru. Again, make sure the Portacull is a different equipment type than the Zuggle target. Now, Invizuggle the target using the process that we just went over. When that's done, you need to force Mineru to recall to Link as an orb, and when she respawns, your target should become visible. Now just mount Mineru and fuse literally anything over the spot that you entangled your target to. This just detaches the Zuggle from Mineru and lets you safely dismiss her. Our last glitch is used to entangle items to a piece of Zuggled equipment. The process for this is going to be near identical to Fuse FE. So equip an item of the same type as your Zuggle, and now perform Fuse FE on the target. Once you're done with the memories, instead of unequipping and re-equipping your item, you just want to unequip it. Now when you close the menu, the target item will be entangled to your Zuggled equipment. And that's all I have for class today. This is not at all when I planned to make this video, but given the recent breakthrough with the MSG, I decided to give these glitches their own video rather than stuffing it all at the beginning of the MSG video. So this is everything that you will need to know for that video. If you learned this, you'll be able to get the MSG. Now, before I go, I want to give a huge thank you to this month's channel members: David Richard, Losifkun, Timber, Wardog, Jason Thompson, Celestial Kitsune, Nick Kaczynski, Jilly Vanilli, Sideways 255, Densho Kark, and Quino. But on that note, class is dismissed, and I'll see you next time.